I will say, and some of you may have seen the news that this came through, that North Carolina has its first case of monkeypox. We are still, I have not been notified for Forsyth County of that case being in the county. So still haven't heard, been made aware of what county has the first case of monkeypox. I know that's questions come up. I think Lisa had that question. So Forsyth County, we're not aware right now of a case in Forsyth County, but we do know that there's one case in North Carolina. I think anyone that said they can predict anything throughout this pandemic, I don't know how you can predict anything. You can just, possibly it's, more people are outside. But a few weeks ago I said that might turn against us because it's hot as it's gotten so quickly, that'll drive people back inside. So I think it's, a high number of people have built up immunity through doses, through vaccine, through being infected, through had both. So I think it's just a combination of things. I mean, right now we're seeing about a third of cases are breakthrough cases. So, breakthrough case, highly likely that it's not severe at all, and it's just mild symptoms. So we know we're seeing probably a third of cases that are like that. But we're just, I think some of it is, like you said, maybe with summertime, less contacts, or what contacts, is more outside around a pool or a cookout, versus, in the wintertime when we're all huddled up inside and there's more cold and flu. These viruses spread more easily during that dry, cool air. Is that the variants are getting weaker over time. And like I said, you have that stronger immunity in the population. I mean, you just think about March of 2020, there was no immunity from this in the community. It wasn't like flu. We've been dealing with flu for how many centuries. So here you have something brand new in the community, in the world, and we had no immunity, no vaccine. So now what are we, almost 2.5 years since it started. So we have that built up immunity, and the variants, like you said, they're continuing to get weaker. So we hope that trend continues. As I said to commissioners today, there isn't a switch where it's on off. It's just that with COVID, it's not just going to wake up and there's no more cases. It's going to hopefully slowly go into the background because we've got immunity. We're able to get our regular, vaccines to boost our immunity, and then the variants, hopefully they continue to get weaker. And, we may, my first thought is, okay, maybe we have herd immunity, but then, like I said, you never know the variants. I mean, look what happened with Delta, but then we got Omicron. So, I don't know what to say there if we've reached it. I think it's that endemic, that word gets thrown around a lot. I think it's one of those things, if we're not, every day I'd say we're getting closer to it. And again, I think in some ways, I don't know if herd immunity is the right word, but I think there's some type of almost community immunity, meaning that we're learning to live with it. So, we're learning to live with COVID-19 as far as taking precautions, especially those that are weakened immune system, immune compromised individuals, taking extra precautions, having your vaccine, making sure you're up to date, doing those types of things. Because in a lot of ways, I think for the most of the community, if you look around at all the things you can do, you can shop, you can go to sporting events, theaters, concerts. Seems to me like everything's back to normal. I don't know for the most part.